Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Oh, that's loud. I got to turn that down a little. That seems aggressive. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a show. It's late night. I got to tell you this. The condo below me has been empty for about 3 or 4 weeks. And I think a woman just moved in down there, an old lady, like 38. And she has a family, some of those kids running around. And if it's laid out the same as my condo, which it almost has to be, that means her children's room is underneath the studio. And that can't be good when it's 10:20 p.m. Wednesday. And some music play. Bartholomew Markman is here.
Never heard that one.
How's that? Let's see. Try now.
Yes.
Okay.
It was this stuff you used to do pre-show.
I've got it.
Listeners want to hear this shit.
So this was all packed up, from New York. This board is very fancy. This is like a $2,200 piece of equipment that does things I will never need it to do. When will you ever need to go like that? Never. This isn't a morning show.
No.
I do it sometimes because it is kind of fun. Especially on prank calls when you just ramp that up when you're yelling at a Wendy's. Matt, you've been here before. Welcome back to the program.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You came when we first started this dollar wall.
Yeah.
And then
I fucked it up.
For 3 years, it's been packed up in L.A. I didn't use it at all in New York. And we actually didn't use it when I moved into the house in Burbank that I lived in for a year and a half either. So only in that one apartment did I have a dollar wall.
Drove all the way out from
So I just took it, put it back up, and started doing it again. So we're going to collect the things.
There you go.
The point is, all this shit was packed up, and somehow when you just plug this back in and turn it back on, all the settings are fucked. How does that happen every time, everywhere I go? It happens in this room. I'll leave the room for 3 days, come back into a show. I don't hang out in here.
And it'll be fucked
Even if
up.
I come in here to do work.
Do you have a cat?
I might.
Yes, that's a yes. Then,
Just
right?
sometimes you just have cats. I leave the door open a lot.
And the cat comes.
I'll tell you what I have:
Cats
scorpions
walk on
and spiders. Where am I?
You got scorpions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all over.
I'm on the
valley.
second floor. There shouldn't be scorpions.
Well, they can climb.
Well, no shit, they can climb. I found that out.
Yeah. Have you been stung?
Shaking it out of a shoe.
Oh fuck.
Is this a thing you have to do here?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny.
I imagine
not at
you
my
have a
house.
family, so I imagine you have a house.
I do,
Because it's very affordable here. You could have a 4-bedroom for $800 somewhere in Henderson.
Yeah, we got a 3-bedroom to rent. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the scorpions are everywhere, man. We don't have them at our house, but like
How do
we're
you
at
not
my
have them at your
mother-in-law's.
house? How does
They're
that?
just not in that area, I guess. They're all over. Like I don't know if there's in areas of construction or what.
It's terrifying.
There's areas. There's a lot. At my in-laws' house, we were there for Thanksgiving. And all of a sudden, somebody screamed, and one of the babies was on the ground right next to a tiny one. I'm like, holy shit. Like, is that all the time? They're
They
like,
don't
yeah,
kill
that's
you,
like the
right?
third
They
one this
just
week.
will.
Well, they make, like, you and I probably just get real sick, but, like a baby, they could potentially.
Going to kill a baby.
We had to look it up once because somebody was running around with the rumor that the smaller ones are more deadly, but that's not scorpions, apparently. Doesn't matter the size. They all have about the same amount of juju in them.
I feel like you're really low.
Yeah? Oh, that's a little better.
Maybe you're just talking low.
Yeah.
It's late.
It's me.
It's a late night. You're a busy man.
I
You're a
was
family
selling
guy.
drugs.
Thanks for sneaking in. You wanted to do it at 11 a.m. and I said that won't be fun.
Dude, I thought about that. My wife was
like morning.
there's no fucking way he's up that early. I'm like, yeah.
I am up that early. I'm up
not
at
doing
7
this?
or 8 a.m. every day.
Are you really?
Yeah, because I don't. Do you find this as you get older? You're what now? 54, 58?
42.
I can't. I remember being able to sleep and stay in bed and just go back to sleep and go back to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Until 2, 3 p.m. Like college, early 20s.
Yep.
I cannot.
Do you drink, though,
I
a
wake
lot?
up. Do I drink a lot now?
Yeah, because, I mean, even
No.
up until like a year ago, I could do that. I could go back to sleep till like 1, 2, whenever like the head stopped hurting or just whenever. If there's nothing to do, I could be like, I could just sleep. I didn't like to sleep past 11. I had kind of an 11 o'clock a.m. rule.
No, but now.
Now I have a kid who gets up every morning, and now I get up. I just gotta get up.
My body will wake up. If I go to bed at 10 p.m., I can sleep till 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. Sometimes 5 or 6. Like an old man waiting for. My grandfather used to get up and go wait for the paper boy and scream if he was like past 4:30.
I don't want to be that ever.
Like you would get mad at the news for being late.
I mean, I get that. Those people have a schedule to keep. But the paper
He didn't. Do you want? Let me tell you a story about my grandfather. This is a real man, and I loved it as a child. He should have had a one-man show. Every day he had the same routine. This is nuts. But this is the kind of thing I guess you do when you're retired. Mm-hmm. Wake up, read the paper, drink coffee. My grandmother would go to work. This must have been summer. Mm-hmm. He was babysitting. He'd watch, like the news. As soon as the bank opened, we were in the car off to the bank. He had a gold Chrysler Fifth Avenue. Mm-hmm. 1988. Just a whale of a car. And he would do voices. He would drive me to the bank and he would do voices. He would pretend to be this teacher that had this class of like weird students. And he would do all the voices and like make up stories. It was very entertaining.
Was he an entertainer
as a kid
growing up?
No.
Is that something he did? No, he just liked to entertain you guys.
He was a hard ass armyman. And then we would go to the bank where he would proceed to withdraw $20 through the drive-through teller. Mm-hmm. I'd get a lollipop. He would announce, "Thank you kindly." And I remember he would say it so fast that I started to wonder if her name was Connie or Conley, because he'd say like, "Thank you kindly."
That's funny because my dad used to say that a lot, and I say that phrase to this day, and my wife.
It's so old-fashioned.
She's like, Jesus Christ. And you sound like
I have an English friend who says all the time, "Oh dear," when something happens. I'm just like, "Are you 98?
You want some sap?"
You're a 30-year-old man going, "Oh dear." It's so British. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right coming out of a millennial.
Oh dear, no.
So then $20 every day. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you
if
just go
you need
first
cash
and get
get a couple hundo out, Gramps. This next part baffles you even more. He would then drive to the liquor store, the package store. Mm-hmm. I would wait in the car, of course. I wasn't allowed in. And he would go in and get one tall boy can of Budweiser in a paper bag. The drinking size, just the sleeve enough for the tall boy.
Yeah.
Drive home, drink that.
What time
here's
are we
my
at right
theory
now?
now, thinking back on that as an adult. He wasn't allowed to drink.
So that's why he snuck it.
Why wouldn't you buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack and have it in the fridge?
Yeah.
He wasn't allowed to drink.
She wouldn't buy it. She's like, "I'm not buying that." And you can't keep it in the house.
Now, as a fucking adult, that's what was going on.
Yeah.
But I was a blabbermouth kid. It's real ballsy to not tell me the plan and then just let me around my grandmother and yap. What'd you do today? Go to the bank and get a beer like we do every day. I mean, that's a common thing that would come up in 1 to 2 questions about your day. It's risky, right?
Yeah.
I think he must have bribed me with McDonald's or something, and then I forgot about the beer.
Yes.
Which explains the fat.
Your dad.
It's
your grandfather's
Hey,
fault.
thanks for coming to my therapy session. This is fucking great. No, and then I found a giant spider the other day. Like a solid black.
Widow?
Is that a thing here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
we have a shit ton of those.
This was that. And those are deadly,
It's got
right?
the red hourglass on it.
Oh, I don't know. It was dead.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a big thing here. I could tell you right now where I could probably find 3 out, and I know exactly where they're at around my house.
Now, when you take an axe up there and kill them?
Well, that's the thing is, like, eventually they start to come out.
Axe up a spider.
And then you smash them, and then a little bit later another one will show up. And then if you don't kill them, like, eventually
like
they
a
get
video
bigger
game.
and bigger and bigger. Yeah.
Until you fight the boss.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's wacky, dude. I hate that shit. We find those a lot.
These are deadly.
Yeah, same thing though. Those are gonna make you sick.
Yeah, with the casual.
They're gonna make you sick, but you don't get. Look, here's the thing: you're gonna make you sick. They're gonna make me sick. But my 3-year-old, they might really fuck up my 3.
Oh, they wouldn't kill me?
I don't think so. I don't think black widows kill.
You could like lose a.
You get really
leg
sick, and
if you let it go, or you get
Well,
a bite and you don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if
You
you don't
let it
take
go,
care of it.
you-
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
If you
but
get
have-
bit, you're going to know it hurts.
You
I
have a
hear.
healthcare plan. I don't.
Nah, good point. You might just be like,
And now I'm
"Nah,
being hunted in the night by what's the plural for spider? Spide eye?
spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Spider
Clever.
eye.
No, but when I just said
oxen.
they can kill you though, right? You said yeah.
No, I
You
don't
said
think so.
it-
I don't
you
think
said it
they
with the
can.
same casualness as if the car wash told you it'll be 5 more minutes. You're like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you could die.
No.
It's possible.
No, I don't.
Very nonchalant about dying at the hands of a spider. It's the brown recluse you got to worry about. That's the one where it gets in and it eats your skin. There's people that end up with like holes in their legs and their arms and shit.
It's like telling somebody
That's
like
the
you
gross
think
one.
black belts are the scariest, but what you got to look out for is brown belts.
Brown belts.
The one notch below the black. You know why? They want it more. They're
well, they
hungrier.
don't. They
try
don't
harder.
get the next level because then they were
Is it-
considered what a lethal weapon.
Is the same way-
Isn't that true? There's like a certain level where once you become that level, you know better. Like you can actually get in like legal trouble for fucking somebody up or killing somebody.
Oh, but
so a lot of
these
guys will
hands are
stop.
deadly
Yes.
weapons.
So you stop right before that.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm
One
stop
time
right
I
here
just
'cause
got
could
out of my
accidentally kill
car and
somebody.
the officer was like, drop those guns. And I was like, I can't. They're just attached. Maybe that's why, a lot of these black kids getting killed by cops.
Oh, is that
supposedly unarmed? It's like,
Yeah.
have you seen those pythons? They're technically deadly weapons. He was in his right.
CCW.
He was in his right. Hashtag Michael Brown. Oh my God. Too soon? I went and got this haircut and beard trim the other day. I go to this, I looked barbers up on Yelp because I'm new.
Oh, okay.
And the last one I went to really fucked my beard. Because I got this thing like, a real man's beard, like kind of like you have, but not. You look more like you've been hosting an outdoor show for years.
I can only grow so long at my work. Otherwise, I would go for it. I'd have a big old crazy
Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
Type.
Like I got like 2 inches one time, and that's way long. It's supposed to be 1/4 inch at my job.
Quarter inch.
1/4 inch, like I'm in a.
So
boy
they could
band
come up to
from
you
the
now and
90s.
kind of be like, yeah.
They could, but they don't. Yeah, they don't.
But if they were looking for a reason to
Yeah.
fire you, that'd be the.
Or they just be like, you need.
We're
to
gonna
go
have to
trim
let
that
you
shit.
go.
That's
You know the
ridiculous.
beard regulations. This is a 1-strike system.
Fucking beard regulations. It's ridiculous.
They wanted it. They wanted your ass for something. No, so I go to this. I look this place up on Yelp, and I do an appointment. It has great reviews, and then I drive to the place, and it's named something else. And it's a black barber shop, one of these, and that's fine. That's actually what I want. I
Yeah.
want what the fresh kids have.
High and tight.
Yeah, yeah.
On
yeah.
top.
I wore my Patrick Ewings. And then I get in there and I'm like, is this so and such, whatever it was called on the app on Yelp? And they're like, oh, yeah, we all have our own Yelp business in this building. Like, we all have our own Yelp with different reviews for each stylist. But then you name it something different. Like, what the. At least name it, like, if the place is Supercuts, name it Ronnie Supercuts, Kyle Supercuts.
Well, yeah, that
You
would
know what I
make
mean?
sense,
Like,
yeah.
at least make it something.
But that's probably
And
the
then I
thing that
drive
black
into the-
people know.
Then I drive into the plaza, and the place is called Look at Me Dues or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You can't. It wasn't Look at Me Dues. I just tried
But
to
yeah,
think of
no, you're
something.
right. That
They
should
weren't
be in
Irish. Look at
parentheses.
me dues.
It should be in parentheses.
Yes, something.
That or they're
So-
avoiding shitty Yelp reviews.
So I go in there, and then they're finishing up this dude's hair, and he had like this, like lightning bolt carved into the back of his head.
Of course.
And they're taking photos of it, and one of them's taking photos on his phone, and the other one comes up. He's like, no, you gotta use this one. And I'm doing the voice because they were, and he pulls out this like shitty DSLR out of his drawer.
Okay.
And they start, and I see this guy, like, who is a black guy, so, like, he's more comfortable than I would be, but he's also like, all right, you've been taking photos for, like, a minute. A minute's a long time
yeah.
to sit in a chair while people take photos of your head. Strangers, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And then they start using the DSLR, and they're, like, turning the chair. He sat there 3-4 minutes while they figured out this DSLR to get photos of his head. And then the guy got up and left. And then I thought, they better do that to me.
With your hair?
Because,
Were you getting a lightning bolt?
No, but
Something
if you're
better?
not racist, I expect you to spend 4 minutes doing my new headshots.
They get you pictures of your face. And you're like, look
You
at
know
this
what I
white
mean? Like
motherfucker.
you're
came
sitting
in.
there for a fucking photo shoot, and then I sit down with this kid, and he's so. First of all, it's pretty cheap. I mean, it's like $30, but that's cheap for a haircut and a beard trim. Like,
Is
a
it?
good? Yeah, no. Where are you going? Great Clips,
Dude, I cut my own
kid
hair.
cutters.
I don't have kid cuts.
Yeah,
I've been cutting my own hair ever since I had a stylist because I did the same thing as you. I went someplace and they gave me the worst
Oh,
haircut.
you called it a stylist.
And I'm like, I'm going to somebody that knows what they're doing. So I went to her and she was charging me like 25. This was a long time ago.
Well, when you have that hair, because I used to buzz my hair.
Yeah.
When you
and
have
the
that,
beard, I trimmed the beard though.
you just use a guard.
Yeah, but I haven't never gotten it that long where I need to worry about it being all less than, the same length.
Yeah.
Like that, you got to kind of actually know what you're doing.
They took it. They did the whole thing, like the templates up on the edges, like edging me.
Yeah.
You know,
You
like
got
a
edged.
gardener. But this guy took so long. This family comes in. This family of like Mexican kid, like this mother, father, and 3 Mexican kids come in. They want a haircut. It's 4:30. They tell them, "Oh, you're gonna have to wait." And he just sits there taking so long, meticulously doing my shit. He's getting out straight razors
Yeah.
and like doing the beard, like getting individual hairs and shit. He's like setting me still and like taking a straight razor and like cutting individual hairs, like shaping, while I'm looking at this family of children running around wrecking this barbershop.
But have you ever seen a black
They
man's
spend
hair?
so much time. You ever like get a car
They're
wash and the
perfect.
Mexican guy spends so long?
Yeah.
He's doing every like it's his car, and you have a tip. You had like $3 you were gonna give him, and now you have to go in and you up it to 5 because this guy's really.
Well, let me
And then
ask you
You ever do
something.
that where you're like going, well, now I got it. Like, you're really taking care of it.
Have you ever worked retail?
Yeah.
Then you know. So this is all this. Both people, the car guy and the hair guy, are going to a certain level, and it's that asshole level that's cunty and will be a shithead about like, hey man, you missed a. Well, aren't you gonna do this? So like they've risen to that level, and they give everybody that same treatment because of probably the asshole.
So they get no complaints?
Not complaints, but like that one cocksucker that's like, hey man, like this is a little off. Like what's going on here?
They don't want to hear it.
Right. Maybe. Or
Because-
I
because
don't want to
enough-
say it's fucked up that I don't assume that maybe if somebody's
you're-
actually proud of their job,
You-
I'm like, no, they
if
don't want to
your-
get yelled at.
If your theory were true, this place would be. We would live in a virtual panacea of exemplary customer service.
If it were true across
if this
the board,
were true,
yes.
yeah, just on any operating theory basis, like as an, you're just saying at this place or just these people.
Well, okay, so then based
Because
on
you
the
know what I
haircut
mean.
thing,
Like if it was that, then everybody
they
would
just
be
don't want to
terrified.
get yelled at.
It's
yeah.
like sexual harassment right now. Like if you sexually harass a woman right now, you gotta really want it. You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're like now's the
So if
worst
we
time
lived
to
in
do
that
it.
world that really existed in the bubble of like, oh God, I got to treat every customer like they're a Yelper or a blogger or a radio host. We live in a world where it was mighty careful stepping as they came down with your steak
So maybe
sauce
that's
or
yeah,
whatever.
it might be inaccurate. Maybe it's because their names of their
Or these
shops
two
are
idiots just believe that
Day
that's the
days.
world. Like I'll get fired if I don't spend 9 hours drying this guy's fucking Pontiac Sunfire.
right.
That's what I bought. It's a Pontiac Sunfire. It's sweet. Yeah.
You don't want to give a shout out to the dude who did your hair?
I couldn't pronounce his name if I tried. And I tried to send him a message
Was it like a white person's name? with a
through
duh
Yelp
in
because he
front of it?
messaged me on Yelp and he was like, please leave us a review. And I tried to message him back because I deleted that message. And I thought if I just started typing his name, I think it's like Geronimo or something with a J.
Okay.
But I just thought if I start typing JE, it'll pop up
Yeah.
and autofill.
Yeah.
But I remembered I don't have some of the characters on my keyboard. They were in this dude's name. Jamiroquai. Something.
But it was
I
the
don't know.
symbol of Jamiroquai.
Yeah, there was definitely some lines through some letters. Something Baltic. That's all I know. It was not good. It was not good.
Yang in there.
Okay, I have a lot of videos pulled and a lot of news to talk about, so I hope you haven't commented on this comedically lately because I want this to be fresh.
That would be writing new material.
I've been sick since I got back. I went to New York for Thanksgiving and I got back, and like on the plane back, I started feeling like shit, and then I landed and I was sick. So that was sweet. And that's probably for not like wearing a scarf or a heavy coat out in New York City where it is freezing. It's also freezing here now.
Yes, it is.
It's officially fucking cold as shit.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I hope I'm not here during the summer. That's my plan.
It's not that bad. It's really not.
You're out of your mind. It was
just don't go
120 or
outside.
something, was it? What do you mean you don't
hang
go
out
outside?
is all.
I do.
Well, you don't
I
when it's
sun on
120.
rocks.
I sit on rocks.
I sun on the
I
rocks.
just perch.
This is Donald Trump. Here's what he did today.
Oh, my favorite.
He's in Israel.
Look at this. Hey, Illuminati. Look how long that clip is.
45 seconds?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
President 45. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit against
Oh,
the
you're
wall.
like a false flag guy?
No, I'm not. I just thought that'd be funny to.
Can I ask you this before we do this?
Yeah.
What happened with the shooting?
I don't know, man.
Have you ever seen something just disappear, though, where we go like, we're good.
It's really weird.
We don't need an answer.
It's weird because, like, what do you call it? Kind of
No one
too.
just snaps and does this.
No.
So was he a shill and something deeper happened?
It's so weird because, like, you
never
know, one of the
talked.
casinos
There's
was
not
just
one
robbed,
person?
right?
No.
Like 5 days ago.
I was busy that day.
5 days ago, there was a casino robbed.
No.
And they've already got pictures of him. The
Was it
security
a cool
camera
one, or was
pictures
it like
of him walking around.
Orleans?
It was what was it? It was a nice one. It
The
was
Montecito.
not the Win. It was maybe the Mirage. It was one of the nice ones.
Really?
Yeah, but they had pictures of the guy from the security cameras like 4 days later, and I'm thinking, okay, there isn't one. We had these two the shittiest pictures of this guy who did this. Like one guy, he's like his eyes are closed.
There
He's
would be
laughing
so many
in a bar.
videos of him moving luggage
Please,
up
yes.
and down.
We don't see any of that. I mean, I don't know. There's just so much.
I
you're
just
like,
don't
what the
know why
fuck's
it's
going
gone
on?
away, and we're just on to doing concerts and
It is
Facebook ads for class action suits.
Another thing is, I heard was it some of the who is it? The deputy sheriff is stepping down.
The deputy sheriff of
Vegas.
Oh,
There's a lot of shit in there, and we're just I'm just kind of sitting back, keeping an open mind, waiting for stuff to come out to see what comes out. But it is just interesting that we haven't seen a single security camera of this guy walking.
there's
about.
no. All these guys have a reason. You don't do something like this without having a point to make.
Yeah.
There's nobody who's just bored and goes, well, Space Invaders had 3 kids on it, and I wanted to shoot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
That
you're
doesn't
right.
happen.
Yeah. No, there's always a reason. It's
He
racism.
had scoped out the
or-
other 2 festivals, Lollapalooza.
Yeah, and I was at
and,
the other one before it. I was at Life is Beautiful.
and Life is Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, like,
He was
clearly
there.
it had nothing to do with the concert because he had scoped out other concerts.
Right.
Just because he didn't do it doesn't mean he wouldn't have.
Right.
Something wasn't right or something didn't come out logistically.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with motivated towards white people or country music lovers or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
I don't know.
There's nobody he ever talked to
Right.
who said, well, he was saying a lot of stuff about Trump or like nothing or like
No,
there's
everybody that's ever
message
talked to him,
board.
but
His
then-
phone was clean. His laptop was clean.
But you heard about his brother? Had all the
His
child
brother in
pornography on
Florida.
the computer? Yeah.
no,
there's
what?
two. There's 2 brothers. There's one that I forget where he's the one that was on the news. It's like, I don't know what the hell. This is crazy. There's another brother who
How did he go?
had child.
I don't.
He's crazy.
I don't know. I'm not crazy.
This guy crazy. We don't know what's going on. No, he seemed normal. That guy was flying around all crazy. But then there was a third brother, and he got busted for having child pornography on his computer.
So the FBI goes to your whole. If I shoot up,
We're just saying that is a shitty family. If 2 of your brothers, one
they
of them
go to
committed
all the
biggest
relatives and they
mass
say we're going to
murder.
search all your computers.
Oh, I don't know.
Is that just part of the
No, I think
investigation?
this guy was
Sent
under
some
investigation
child porn to
from
the
a week
FBI
prior.
accidentally. It was in his address book and he
Oh,
just hit
shit.
reply all.
That's just said
No, I mean all. Everybody I know needs to see this
shaved
naked
boy
baby.
right here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so shaved. He's so shaved down.
He calls kids who just have no pubic hair shaved.
But they're not shaving. No, I know.
I like my infant shaved. Like, oh my God.
Just pretend you there's hair down there.
God, it's gross. Oh, that's funny.
I love how he's immediately Southern. Southern hillbilly redneck.
Oh God.
Those are the only pedophiles in the world. No, we had the fucking...
Like my kids, how I like my
We had
whiskers shaved.
We had the magician that was at the Tropicana that got busted for
Piff.
child pornography. Not Piff, no.
Yeah.
He's into bestiality, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
No, who was it? It was some...
There's a
magician. He just pled guilty.
Well, this
to
casino
it.
got
and they
robbed.
had
What happened?
several. Because he had several computers, and the best part was this is my favorite. One of them was paused. Like he paused the porn. Like, have you ever paused porn?
Well, a lot of people do the move of like the girlfriend comes in or something.
Oh.
You shut the laptop.
Yeah, and that
then
would pause
stops,
it. You're right. That
But the
makes
minute
sense.
you open it, it plays it. Or even if you paused it, and then you get in a conversation
The
with your
sound.
girlfriend about which orchids you should buy for the lanai. And and then she goes like, pull it up. Let's see what colors that are in season. And then you open your laptop.
shaved
and it's
baby.
hot Asian shaved baby action. Shave
Shaved
that
baby.
child before you bring it to me. No, yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to. I just want to know. It's a weird thing for it to be the largest mass shooting and there be no
information.
We all it moved on to Kevin Spacey. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you hear nothing about it.
Yeah.
Vegas strong billboards are now peeling away to $5 blackjack all day
getting back
promotional.
to that.
Everything's
Yeah, it's
back.
quiet.
Vegas is back, baby.
The only one that will update you is the actual newspaper. Like the news won't talk about it. But if you go to LVRJ, which is the newspaper here,
Yeah.
Review Journal, it's like the first thing that comes
What's
up.
with
in
that
this
name,
area.
by the way?
What, the Review Journal?
Yeah. Could they not settle on a name, or did a guy with a
Every
review and a guy with a
newspaper-
journal got married and they were
Every newspaper was named
they pulled
years
We're
ago.
gonna be hyphenated. Yeah, the Las Vegas Review Journal, but that's like the big paper here.
Yeah. But it's back when they used words like, give me the journal. When you go up to this newspaper thing, who you got today's journal?
Yeah, there's one in Ohio called the Cleveland Plains Dealer,
That's what I mean. And then you got the
and like that's the
Bugle.
biggest paper in the city
Yeah.
because it's the Plains, but it's just like because it was named in.
That sounds like Wyoming.
It's not. I don't know.
No, it's just but they keep the name forever. They're like it's everybody loves it. But
Right.
nobody reads it. The only people that read it were people that were born probably when it came out. Old people get the paper still.
Yeah,
I get my news from Twitter.
Trump?
God damn it.
I've been tuning out of the Trump stuff. It's been great. But this one, when I heard this, it sent me into a flashback about my father, the alcoholic. Trump did a speech in
that.
Jerusalem where he acknowledged Jerusalem as the capital of Israel or whatever.
Right.
And that pissed off all the Muslims because how they're, Palestine. There's a whole thing there if you haven't seen the news. And then he gave this speech. This is just a portion. It happens throughout like an 11-minute speech. This is just a minute.
It's 45 seconds.
He's slurring his speech.
Okay.
And he sounds like he's numb. Like he had a root canal. He's medicated heavily or on some drugs. Or he's drunk off his... It sounds like my dad when he'd call me at 11:50 to tell me happy birthday, realizing he'd forgotten, passed out drunk, and whoever he was sleeping with that night nudged him and said, your son has a birthday, so you should probably brush your teeth and give him a call. Hi, Dad. Okay, this is here we go. Just listen to 45 minutes of a speech.
45 seconds. I couldn't listen to that much fucking
I
time.
could of this. I could.
You could?
Wait till you hear this.
All right.
So today, let us rededicate ourselves to a path of mutual understanding and respect.
You hear it already, though?
Yeah.
Let us rethink old assumptions and open our hearts and minds to possible and possibilities.
Look at his mouth. It's like straight cotton mouth.
He just said to possible and possibilities. Possibilities.
You know what he
He
sounds
he
and
he
looks
sounds like he's got gauze jammed
do
in
you
his
remember that movie, Me, Myself,
mouth.
and Irene? with
Jim Carrey
when he
and,
took those pills and his mouth got all white around it because he was so cotton mouth.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Nobody's slurring.
Yeah, I know, everything a little bit like this.
And at the end, he says United States, and States is almost an unrecognizable word.
When did this happen?
This was like yesterday.
Okay. Somebody put together a clip of all him saying words wrong, and I think this was at the tail end of it.
Finally, I asked the leaders of the region, political and religious, Israeli and Palestinian,
Political and religious. Thank you kindly.
Drunk
Jesus.
at the wedding.
He's like, we need to go to the bank. Tell the cavalcade of cars we need to go to the bank and then buy one tall boy in a paper bag. Tell people it's a rock star.
Christian and Muslim to join us.
To join us. Something's going on. He's on medication or something.
He's got a bit in.
To join us. To join us. Just listen to that. To join us.
Palestinian, Jewish and Christian and Muslim to join us in the noble.
A lot of this too.
Yeah.
A lot of nasal cavity clearing.
Yeah.
Quest for lasting peace. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Israel. God bless the Palestinians, and God bless the United.
I'm just noticing here on that shot.
Yeah. Pence is sleeping while he's standing up.
There's a laziness to half of that mouth.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, I'd be so excited if he had a stroke.
Look at that.
So great.
But it's the right side.
Oh. Wait, so it only happens, is that right?
Is that I don't know. I
don't know, you said that like you knew.
Is it when you're having a stroke you feel something on your that's a heart attack, you feel your left arm or
Yeah, that's right. That's left arm is heart attack when you're pain in your shoulder.
Yeah, you're supposed to smell almonds when you're having a stroke.
Stroke, burnt toast.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I'm not making that up.
No, you're right. There's a little droopiness going on there.
If you watch just this front thing, look, even there when it's closed.
I was going to say something was definitely going on with his mouth.
Bless the Palestinians, and God bless the United States. Thank you.
Oh, God,
that's Reagan. That's Dick Clark.
And he turned, if you notice, he turned that droopy side of his face to the mic.
Yeah, so can we freeze it right on the United States?
Sneaking around that.
United States. Thank you very much.
It's that half of the mouth right when he says states. If you look at that dead half of the mouth, it's given up and it's sagging. Watch that. He's literally blowing a lip out of a fucking. The left side of your face is a stroke, said somebody in the chat. So
left side of your face.
Yeah,
okay.
so
it's not a stroke.
But look, right there is where he says states, and you can see that half go like, I'm out. That word. Listen to it.
Is it all the left? What about Bell's palsy? Same thing, probably then.
Yeah, maybe he. Maybe he had a
brain.
Deviated septum put in. Nobody's.
He's got a deviated asshole.
The United States. Thank you.
Oh, that's so bad, dude.
You could just go. He has a cold and he's sniffling. Like, just say something. They're like, he's fine. They've responded. They go, he's fine.
He's not
fine.
He's not fine.
The president's doing great.
Or watch there have been a reporter.
Fine.
Watch there have been a reporter there with that, and he was making fun of him like he was with the other one.
It's fantastic.
making fun.
No more questions, please.
What a soupy disaster!
Isn't that weird?
That's so weird. I love it though.
So what?
I hope he's falling apart.
So now this whole Russia thing's unraveled. I've been staying out of it because I can't. It's too much,
right?
And I don't care. Nothing affects my day to day. You know, clown president did what today? Okay.
Yeah.
But people are getting arrested now.
Yeah. Well,
what's happening?
Yeah, they're bringing charges. They brought charges on Flynn, and he's admitted to doing the shit.
Are these guys going to roll over and just point at Trump and go,
I can't see that happening. I watch enough TV and movies where these guys are going to. But then everything I was reading which I say everything I was reading. I get my news from Twitter.
Yeah.
And responses to Twitter.
Is there news on Twitter? I wouldn't even know how to get news.
You know what?
on
If you
Twitter.
go to search, I think it's search. It brings up the top news stories.
Oh, like trending.
And by the way,
trending shit.
Yeah. And I'm one of those people. If I see something, I will research it and see if it's on reputable sites before I go.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, I saw this place. I saw this that place.
You go to strokes.com to see if the president really. Yeah. So that's what a president's doing.
Yeah, I heard that they said that the deal he's making, they would only offer if he can get people above him, and then they listed the people above him are basically Trump, his family.
My ex-roommate in New York, Shuby, moved to San Francisco, took a big corporate job with Uber.
Okay.
Right before, this is like May.
Okay.
Maybe. And right before the all the sexual harassment scandals and shit started happening.
Okay.
And everybody got fired, except not him, but like a lot of people got fired.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is Uber doing? This hack, I heard about this hack where like 57 million every Uber passenger and driver got their info hacked. Like if you've been on Uber, your credit card, your name, your address, where you've gone. And if you're a driver, your driver's license number, your social security number, like if you're a driver, you really got fucked. It happened. You hear about this shit. You heard about the what was the big credit bureau one? What is it?
Equifax.
Equifax.
Yeah.
These shit happens, and then they let 9 months go by. They don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
They just kind of like figure out what the fuck are we gonna do. This happened last year. This Uber one that just leaked out.
Really? I hadn't heard that yet.
And then even worse, it's even listen to what happened. This story is fucking nuts. I had no idea this is the extent of it.
You know what the deal is? That the guarantee they don't say a word until they start to see effects of it.
It's
otherwise
even
they're
worse than that.
No one's ever going to know.
Even worse than that.
Worse than that.
Yeah. Listen to this shit.
Breaking news and reports that ride-sharing giant Uber has for a year been concealing a massive cyber breach that exposed the user data, including email, phone numbers, and addresses of over 50 million customers and drivers. The company doesn't believe the stolen information was used, but what it did, instead of going public with the breach, is raising some serious questions. Our business correspondent, Jolene Kent, is here with late details coming in. Jolene, that's a lot of
Listen to this shit.
It is indeed, and this is a major bombshell. Not only was Uber targeted in that massive hack, the company then concealed it for more than a year. Here's what we know. Hackers stole critical personal data of 57 million Uber users. That includes riders and 600,000 drivers. Personal information of passengers, including names, emails, and phone numbers were accessed. And for those drivers, their driver's license numbers were stolen too. Uber says no social security numbers were taken and no information about trips. But instead of reporting it to regulators last October, as Uber now says is required by law,
they
paid $100,000 ransom to two hackers behind it.
They
to
paid
keep
it?
quiet. Now,
The guy emailed them for money. They got his information. They knew who it was and everything, and then sent him the money.
As opposed to calling
and
the
said,
cops.
just please delete it.
Wow, that's bad. That's
and never
really
told
bad.
FBI or anybody. Isn't that fucking
That's so
nuts?
bad.
Federal authorities and fired the chief security officer. And it's just the latest hack of your information, Lester, from major companies, including 145 million people's data from Equifax, 3 billion Yahoo accounts. Officials from those companies were grilled by Congress earlier this month.
Continuing to make us feel vulnerable with our information. What is Uber saying about this attack?
Yeah, the Uber CEO is basically saying that they are taking full responsibility for this tonight, and it should have never.
Yeah, I just don't know. We're in a world, I don't know if there's a privacy thing in 5 to 10 years that's going to exist. This privacy thing.
How could it?
Everyone's shit is going to be out. And when everyone's social security number can just be Googled,
Yeah.
the whole system we're built on, how does it maintain itself when you can find out everything your husband or wife has ever done that was questionable? You can read everybody's text from today. You know what I mean? Like, where are we? What are we doing? It's not going to get better. This is going to get nuts.
No. Well, yeah, it is. And then on top of that, And I'm
And
guilty
no
of
one-
this. I sent my DNA in for that, that whole DNA.
Right. So now somebody can put
Somebody
you
has
at the
my
scene
D-
of a crime.
my DNA.
They can synthesize.
I didn't realize that when I signed up for it, and now I'm like, that's dumb.
Because
Really
that's in a
dumb.
vial somewhere forever now,
Yeah.
somewhere in some cooler.
Yeah.
In
And I paid them to take my DNA.
yeah, and give you information.
That
What did you
alleged-
find out? Is it worth it?
I'm 1% Jewish. I got a joke because of it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Mostly Irish.
How much was this? Like,
30,
is this like
30
$250?
No, it's $100.
Okay.
$100.
Black Friday special or Groupon?
Yes, I believe it was. We did like because everybody in my family did
It's
it.
like the 23andMe or the
Ancestry.com, the Mormon one.
Go Gene yourself.
Go gene yourself.
Yeah.
You should start that.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Ancestry.com.
Ancestry.com.
So you jerk off into an envelope, you mail that in.
No, you spit into the envelope.
Okay. How are
Into
they
the
going to know?
vial.
You know somebody's done it wrong.
God.
Be like, what? We just had to spit.
Oh,
They're like, I've been cranking down for 48 minutes.
feel that song.
Telling his wife he has to look at Asian shaped babies. That's the only thing they can make. That's the only thing they can make
me
him
feel a
squirt.
vial. Yes.
Yeah.
It shoots further.
Yeah.
They're shaved.
Thank you kindly. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry. And what else? You found out you're 1% Jewish.
Oh, mostly, like I said, mostly Irish.
You think it's like a toe?
1% Jewish.
A Jew?
It's my pubes.
Oh god.
I have no idea what.
Why are they in those weird curls?
That's right.
Or is
What's
there a
the thing in
yarmulke
there?
on your balls?
Yeah. My
No,
balls are
don't you
kosher.
find out like if you're could have some disease down the road? Don't you find out like if you're gonna get
Not with this
cancer,
one.
when
You
you're gonna
can do those.
die?
Yeah, there's ones that are more expensive that you can do.
That's
that.
the like 23andMe one, I think.
I
It's
think
like,
so. Yeah, because there's like 23 strands, whereas the
Did
one
you
I
ever
did
own
doesn't have that many.
slaves? Can't you find all that stuff
Can you
out?
get them back?
Yeah. What are my rights?
Just show up at their
yeah,
house.
yeah, yeah. No, but you don't find out any of that stuff?
No, just the region, your percentage in region.
Did you have Genghis Khan? Everybody's got Genghis Khan apparently. This
You know, that's the thing.
fucks.
They don't
This guy
really.
fucked.
They don't really look that up.
They
There's a
say-
thing where you
they
can
do
pay
this
to
thing
get
where
on
they
the
say
site.
like
Everybody's
98%
related
of
to-
people have Genghis Khan DNA.
That's funny. Good for him.
Like how much did this guy get it in?
He's
Especially
the
with
Wilt
that wall.
Chamberlain of Asia.
Especially with that wall there.
He's
That's
just
an
fucking him and
expensive
throwing him
Uber
over
to
the
get
wall.
a girl home. I go around.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just fucked really important.
So you found nothing useful out from this other than 1% Jew.
1% Jew.
It's a start.
Yeah. But here's what I didn't realize. So I have like 32% Irish, and my wife has like around like 15 or 18%. Whatever
If you
whatever
spit
it
in this-
is.
What would happen if you spit in the same vial and mail that in?
Oh,
You're
they're
like,
just-
good
their
luck.
heads would
Shake it up and go, good luck.
It would be interesting. I should get my dog to spit in
It's
there.
almost worth
Just a
$100
dog.
to do.
Just to do something wackadoo. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should. Get a bunch of people to all spit in
Just
there.
get a bird to
and
spit
just
in
see
it.
what their head
You ever seen a
does.
bird spit? Not
No.
out of its butt.
Its butt?
Yeah.
Never. No.
I wonder if you can get some bird spit.
You
How do you
should
make a
get, like,
bird really thirsty?
Or llama.
Yeah,
Llama
yeah,
spit.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
actually be pretty funny.
Okay.
Llama spit.
And just send that in. It's
They gotta know it's not
First of all, it's like a
human.
quart Ziploc bag. It's like llama spit, like buckets. You mail that in.
You should just send them with a bunch of semen and just all kinds of
Seven
stuff.
people to spit into a bag,
Yeah.
come into a bag, some period blood,
Oh my god!
and an umbilical cord. Double down. Just put a placenta in
push it
there
in
and
there.
just fucking yeah.
It's a tiny
And mail
vial. Just
that in and
ram
go,
it in
this
there.
is my mother. What can you tell me about where she might be?
Your mother.
She's missing. Can a dog track her
We've
from
kept her
this?
spit.
It's cum and blood. Oh, yeah.
God.
That's a good day to be the $12 an hour employee on the line down there.
She's like, do I really have to do this again?
Yeah.
This is the fourth vial this week that's come in with fucking period blood in it.
I'm going to start one called Chromoso Amazing.
If that's not Mormon, God.
Oh, God.
Chromosome.
I got these I ordered one of these new Amazon Alexas.
Yes.
You have one?
Yep. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Yeah, it goes into that whole. There's a microphone in my house.
This is
all
what I was
times.
thinking, and
Yeah.
I was reading. I've actually read like 2 articles in the past 3 days about this. You already have one. It's already
Well,
this.
yeah, that's true.
This thing is listening to you all the time. If I go, hey Siri, this thing is listening if it's on a table or across the room.
Really? All of them do that?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Mine didn't do it.
If you put it on the table and just go,
Hey Siri.
you gotta set it up.
Oh, you think you're dumb dildo?
Well, when you
set
like
yours
first
up?
set up your phone, it tells you to do it. You must have done set up later.
Yeah, I don't use Siri. I used to have a
Use a-
joke.
Yeah.
I used to have a joke. Here, you see if yours will do it. Ask Siri what holiday is February 6th.
Hey Siri, what holiday is February 6th?
February 6th, 2018 isn't a holiday here.
It's was it Zero Tolerance for Female Genital Mutilation Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I first got it, I did one on stage where you could ask it where the nearest escorts were, and then where the nearest lawyer was. Or I did this whole like story bit, like where's the nearest escort, where's the nearest bail bondsman, where's the nearest lawyer, where's a good place to hide a body.
Yeah, they tell you, right?
But you would say, where's a good place to hide a body? And she would go, what kind of place are you looking for? Ditches, swamps, trenches. It was just like, oh, trenches. I didn't think about that. Like what the fuck?
Research.
Yeah, and I
Trenches,
think they took it out where it doesn't do it anymore because it got blown up that like happens.
That's just somebody that works down there that has a really good sense of humor. Is like, this will be funny. And
Well,
it
you
is.
can't have a sense of humor anymore.
No.
Did you see the Aaron Berg thing today going around?
Peter
This
Berg?
comedian Aaron Berg in
No.
New York.
No. The raper?
No, but he's an edgy comic and he does sexual material, and he got a letter from a producer of a comedy festival that he was booked on, and it just said we can't have any sexual material, and in light of just everything happening, we got to let you go. We can't do business with you.
Why couldn't they just tell him not to do that material there?
He's just edgy.
He would
he's
be
known
like-
for that kind
Oh.
of material. But that's the thing. It's like and I even saw a lot of female comics post this today. Like, this is not what we want either. Like this, like I don't know what we're doing. Again, I'm glad I'll be dead in 3 to 4 years. But
Yeah.
where are we going with it? Like
It's getting, yeah.
it's not fun anymore.
Yeah. No.
And also, by the way, all this shit opens a door for like now if I do a bit about how I don't like Wisconsin because Wisconsin sucks, and just do a bit for a woman from Wisconsin to stand up and be like, I don't like that. Like, it opens a door for everybody to just go about their bullshit
Yeah.
protest for no reason. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then it makes it like, this is still comedy. Is this comedy anymore?
Yeah, I
Like,
thought we were supposed to make
it's
fun
not a
of
TED Talk
yeah.
where I'm like shitting on Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like, I was there and have a story if you'll let me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where we're going with the
I mean, I
world.
really hope we're not going that way because I like to joke about shit like that, misogynistic stuff.
Well, if you want to be the Pussy Festival where you're just like, we don't have any of this stuff, then fine. Don't have it.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to perform for
But
people
don't
that are only
cancel
looking
the
for
comic that you've already contracted with to be there.
that. Yeah.
It's a weird.
Was it a big festival? A good one?
I don't know. He wouldn't say. He took all the names off it because he's like, I'm not like mad
Just
at
that
this
was
guy.
unasked.
It's just like, this is where we're going.
Jesus.
He got a lot of like social media shit today. People said they love your tinfoil hat, National Bomb Day.
What?
They must have been talking about the 6th.
Oh.
What holiday the 6th is. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm
National
catching. I
Bomb.
just saw a comment.
It's zero
No.
tolerance for female genital mutilation.
But I bought this Amazon Alexa too. I already have one of the dots, the Echo Dots.
Yes.
And I just bought the new Alexa. They get you because these things are so cheap.
Uh-huh.
And then I pre-ordered the Echo Spot. Have you seen that one coming?
Oh, that's the tall one?
No, it's like a ball-shaped thing
Mm-hmm.
with a little screen on the front that has like tons of clock faces. It's like for your bed. It's for your bedside.
Okay.
But it's an Echo but it has a screen, and you can you can like Skype and shit with it.
Okay.
With a camera.
So they can watch you while you're sleeping.
And then it also like you can watch the news in your clips and talk to it. You can do everything you can do with Alexa.
Okay.
So I've gonna have that one in my bedroom, like for an alarm clock.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna have the nice new big one. I'm gonna put the dot in here so we can just ask it stuff in the show if we have questions. I think that'll be fun.
I got old fast only because I asked it when it first got there. I set it for my wife, and I go, I asked it something like the question they tell you to ask it, and then I said, "Who's the best football player?" And then it started telling me a soccer player, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm done." That's not football.
They shouldn't ship like that in America.
No, they shouldn't. They're gonna piss off way more than me, especially in Wisconsin.
You have to understand, like in the rest of the world,
footy. Or whatever.
yeah,
they call
American.
That's
football.
very big.
This isn't even like Aussie football. Like they get the same shit. They have to say the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I think even in America, who is that? One of the local stations, the ESPN here in Vegas, was saying how I think even in America, one of the biggest draws of the money making franchises is a soccer team. I think the NLA, the LA Soccer. I might be incorrect, but I believe that's what
is
they were
the
saying.
Galaxy?
I think so. It's like one of the top grossing of including NFL.
Yeah, but it's
football.
LA. There's such a bunch of circle jerk idiots who like.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about LA. You can sell out a stadium just on famous people buying up all the boxes and floor seats or whatever, VIP club seats or whatever you have. Right? Like automatically, like boxes go to corporations and big agencies.
Well, Vegas is going to show the same thing with the
same thing.
when the Raiders come to town.
I mean, how many
all going to be owned by
how
the
many
casinos
boxes
and
will
famous
MGM
people.
have?
Yeah.
At the Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
Probably the same at T-Mobile now.
Yeah, with the hockey.
So like,
well, not so much. I mean, I know a lot of locals that have the hockey kind of, but I think football
have seats,
is going to draw way
but
more.
the boxes and shit are all the casinos.
Boxes, forget
and
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just think like I don't know where was I fucking going with that? Fucking confused. But the point is, like in LA, there's so many fucking douchebags that you can like fill it just on that alone. Just on Hollywood actors, actresses, famous people, hosts, famous chefs, famous corporations, agencies, studios, all that kind of shit. Those people buy up all the expensive seats. And then you got the working man. You know, then you can sell $20 Dodgers tickets to the working man. Like you pack it based on just sheer volume of people
right
that you have. You couldn't open a WNBA team.
Or you shouldn't open
here.
WNBA. No, God.
I don't think it would go great.
No way.
I just don't think it would be packed.
Well, just from living here a while, the only time like UNLV used to sell out was back when Tark was there and Larry Johnson and all them back in the day. But like, they don't go if they're not winning. That's just Vegas. That's how they are. Because there's a million other things
don't get
to
me
do
wrong,
in Vegas.
They'd get a built-in audience automatically, but I think they'd do like Coyote Ugly numbers.
WNBA. They should actually do it in the Coyote Ugly bar.
Yeah.
Be the smart
do it
move.
on the bar.
You might
and wear a
have
little less
standing
clothes,
room.
honey. Shake that ass.
Ooh,
Take them away, boy.
Those girls, not the WNBA players.
He's sexually harassing. Get him. Yeah, but I was thinking about that too because they say like they asked the FBI, they asked NSA about wiretapping, like Google Homes and Amazon Alexas, and they said and they asked if they've ever done it before or are they doing it, and they said they declined to comment. So now it's just like they could be recording all this shit.
Yeah.
There's already this thing Obama built that leaked out.
Well,
this
didn't they
giant,
admit-
massive alter internet that's like logging everything all the time, recording all of history. Like he's decided he just wants to record the internet constantly. Every change, every piece of data. This is what we're just backing up. So why wouldn't you? What now? My nightstand camera. Why wouldn't it just be compressing it and streaming it and archiving it to the cloud? If anything happens anywhere, we're gonna have footage and audio. Like every movie we ever see that's like Truman Show-esque. Not even like dystopian worlds. I'm talking about just like if it's far enough in the future, it's like You can be heard and seen everywhere you go and everything you do. And you can't have fun and everybody dresses the same and everybody treats everybody with this super fake niceness that's, this protocol of politeness.
Logan's Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems like a very weird vanilla world we all want everybody to live in. It's a weird.
But supposedly they don't, because that's why Trump got in. They were tired of getting everybody getting sensitive and this and that. Meanwhile, it's tenfold more at this point. You can't do anything. Now, granted, I'm not advocating racism or any of this stuff. Obviously, that shit needs to stop. But
I think you should be allowed to be racist as long as it doesn't affect anybody else. Like, I think if you want to sit at home and curse black people, you should be allowed to do that.
Well, and they are, and they do.
I don't think you should be able to have a business where you're like, we're not going to. Actually, maybe I do. I don't know. The market will sort that shit out, won't it? Like, if you have a business and you put a sign up that's like, no coloreds allowed. No. I wouldn't feel comfortable walking in and getting a scoop of ice cream, would you? Like, you know what I mean?
It
feels
should.
Weird.
It should thin the herd. Yeah,
it feels weird.
Bit,
I mean, but I get it.
You're right. Like,
there'd be no wheelchair
infringe.
ramps anywhere because that's a pain in the ass to do and expensive.
That's true. Yeah.
If you didn't have a law. Damn you, American Disabilities Act.
Those Crips out of my.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean. Like, if you didn't have that law, the number of businesses and services those people could use would be dramatically
non-existent, and they would have to
like deaf
get their
people
family to help them with shit, and that's what the people are probably got the act passed.
But it even
family
like
members.
when you think about services for like people who very few people who are affected, it's like how much we talk about gay rights in this country for how few people are gay. It's like, and I'm not saying that it's not more than we all know, or like, because people used to be like, oh, it's like 2%, it's like 5%, it's like 10%. Okay, maybe it's 25. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't think it's 50 because that's not how a world would work with procreation. But whatever it is, it's amazing how much time and energy we spend on talking about that versus real problems.
Yeah,
and then when you think about something like the closed caption services. For deaf people, every TV show you ever watch, had to be transcribed.
Had to be, yeah.
The man hours,
Anthony Cools.
So the 7 people watching at 2 a.m. the Ginsu knife infomercial.
They want to know how to get those knives.
Yeah. You tell people who that is.
So I opened for Anthony Cools. He's a hypnotist over at the Paris, and he had
you say you open for hypnotists, people are going to think you hypnotize people.
No, I do.
I come out and get them warmed
about
up.
My dick.
What if that is the secret? Like you're actually doing like
Oh, I don't realize
you're laying groundwork. Yeah. No, you're colluding with him. Sure. Vegas is a showtown.
City,
it's all fake.
He had to install when he built the stage. He had to install those little thing that you can pull your little wheelchair in, the electric little elevator off to the side that's got like the rail around it.
Yeah.
He had to install that, and I think he says in like 9 years he's used it one time, but he had to have that by law. It's the fucking unions, man.
It's nuts.
It's crazy. He had to have that. That was otherwise he couldn't do it.
We can't
That's
just
ridiculous.
have 6 people carry that person down.
Just toss him up, just hoist him up.
Yeah. Also, like whatever
Pour
happened to
them on
like
stage.
some, it's equivalent to like this world. If you make this world where it's like, okay, everybody's entitled to do everything all the time whenever they want, and that's the world we're in. And it's like, I don't know, like I don't get to go play professional basketball just because I really have a dream.
But you wouldn't be very good at it, I don't think.
Why wouldn't I be good at it?
I just know.
Why wouldn't I be? No, be honest with me. Why wouldn't I be good at it?
Because you're white.
Because I'm white.
You're probably slow.
I'm probably slow.
You're heavy.
You saying I can't turn on a
Ish.
dime?
I don't know, man.
You don't think I'd be out there and you hear a lot of squeaks coming from my kicks?
What's your crossover?
Patrick's
look like?
doing suicides again. It's mental.
You got a crossover. You got a wicked crossover.
Yeah, man. No, right. You're right. I wouldn't be good, so it wouldn't be good to do.
Right.
But by that very logic, it's like mostly I'm not physically good enough to do it.
Right.
Well, guess what, bitch? You're not physically good enough to come to my show. Why is that not?
Yeah.
Except, you know what? Walkers only, motherfucker. or people who are friends with enough walkers to cart their ass in here.
Will they carry them? Like, we'll put the sticks through the
But that's
side and kind
fine.
of carry them almost
You
like
know what
Caesar?
the most embarrassing thing is? Every time I'm on a fucking flight and there's some wheelchair person who can't walk and they have to fucking
Go on
carry you
first.
down in that super thin wheelchair that they can wheel down the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
And then they have to lift you out and put you in the aisle as if those seats aren't 4 inches from the one in front of it. And then 2 more people need to come get in while you're sitting there on the aisle. They load that person in first.
Yeah.
And then they're on the aisle sitting and they can't move.
And you have to
the
wait till
first
the
episode
pain
of Lost
empties.
with John Locke. Just sitting there with his dumb bald head and his useless Bob Dole arms. A lot of references here from the 90s. Anyway, the point is, like,
Agreed.
you're not well enough. Like, sorry, you can't come eat frozen yogurt here. We have steps. Like, why is that a fucking bridge too
can't
far?
enjoy.
There's another frozen yogurt place around the corner that's got yogurt. And by the way, the places that want those customers and to capture that business will install those things, and eventually all the buildings will be retrofitted, and whatever.
If they want those Crip dollars.
Yeah, you're telling me like an apartment building in New York City that doesn't have an elevator that's like a 6-story walk up. Like they don't have to do anything. That's just that apartment building. And guess what?
Because it was before a
crippled
certain
guy
time,
can't-
though?
Yeah, but guess what? A crippled guy really wants to live in that building. What do? We can't deny him. He has the money.
Yes.
What, just because he's crippled? That doesn't mean we don't all hire 2 valets to carry him up 6 flights of stairs every time he forgot his keys. No, he can't live in that building, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So why can't he not shop at this coffee shop or have to go to the further Kmart or whatever it is? Like, why is that not okay? Like, if there's acceptable alternative accommodations within a reasonable space. I just sounded like Trump because I wanted to say regional and I changed it to reasonable and I sounded reasonable. Near the United States. Like, if there's another Starbucks 2 blocks down that has a ramp, I shouldn't be required to put in a ramp into my Starbucks. No?
Proximity.
You know what I'm saying, though?
But why can't you, as a heavy person, say, if you're taking my steps away,
What are
then
you saying, heavy person?
I'm going to
What do
get
you mean
less
there?
workout by going up a ramp? That's almost infringing upon your rights as a heavy person who's trying to get less heavy.
But again, I know there's another one 2 blocks away.
And maybe it'd
So
be
I-
better to walk the 2
I
blocks.
can
to go
lower
get
the
them.
ramp that I put on my conversion van, lift myself back up into the driver's seat.
Why can't we install ramps onto them like those military vehicles have, where they drive
Why-
with them above them?
why is nobody
And then it
invented-
comes down, drives up it, and then it reattaches back to there.
Even better, why has nobody invented a fucking wheelchair that has some kind of thing that comes out and like lifts you up and just you continue rolling? That would be, if you could come up with that
Yeah.
sort of.
Why don't we get like a town where we can just push them all into it?
Your
And we don't have to
wheelchair.
be bothered by these people
I've got the
anymore.
invention. Your wheelchair, you get these suction cup boots and you can stick them on. And then when you roll it can climb stairs.
Like a
Would that
toy.
work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Fred
Wall walkers.
Flintstone's car. You pretty much, you just feet coming out the bottom of
Because
your.
they'd be going up the side of buildings. That's dangerous.
Yeah,
Now
maybe
it's
that's what
dangerous.
the world needs. I'd laugh a little more if I saw homeless people rolling
Oh,
up
now they're
buildings.
homeless.
Sorry. Feetless. God damn it, you're right. That was
Feetless.
very,
You
very.
just
That was Freudian of me.
very Freudian.
That
I mean,
was
I get
Freudian.
it,
Somebody said, you've tripped over a crippled lady getting into your window seat. No, come on. I want to talk about Bitcoin because this has gone nuts.
but I am so glad. Yeah, we were talking about that today. That's crazy.
I got into this in 2013
You have
when it was
some
like
still, right?
$90. I have a little bit. I lost 5 in a wallet mishap. 5. How much is that today? They're about to hit $15,000.
It's at 14. Yeah, last I checked.
It's 14 and a
So
half.
5.
Yeah. So I had 5.
Yeah.
Those are gone.
Right.
I still have some, but I had I mean, not a lot, but I had, life-changing money.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So, like, just through, like, uninstalling, like, formatting my phone, forgetting I had a wallet on it.
Okay.
And then reinstalling it and setting it up as a new phone and not restoring the backup, like, years ago. Like, lost that shit.
That's crazy.
But there's a guy.
I still don't understand it.
No one
at
does.
all.
No one does.
Right?
Just buy some and hold on.
I can't afford it at 14
You
grand.
can buy any fraction of it. You can buy $100 worth. You can buy $10 worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's split to 8 decimals, so you can buy any fraction of it.
Oh, okay.
I feel good because I got my friend Sean to buy some when it was $2,300 in fucking
Wow.
June, July.
Yeah.
My friend all summer long from $2,500 up to $5,000. I told him like buy. He had just got a tax return, and he's like, yeah, I need to. We're watching it go up over the course of 1 month from $2,500 to $5,000. Finally, at $6,000, he bought about a month ago. It's hitting 15 now.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you idiot. Like you would have had double. You could have bought double the amount.
Yeah.
Had you done it 2 months earlier.
Crazy.
So just buy a little, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, take
Did
some
you
of
ever
that Big Anthony
make your
Cool's
own?
money. I mined a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my buddy was talking about at work. His girlfriend did it way back in the day.
Yeah.
She set up the computer, mined it. I think she ended up having one full Bitcoin, but then lost the password and couldn't get back
That's
in.
the problem.
And so, yeah, 14 grand just gone.
And this is the problem with it too. Like, why I don't know if it could ever be like a mainstream thing, because it's like, how good is anybody with? Nobody's as good as they think
you
they are
just
with the
told
shit.
me you
I know
lost
a
a
lot
bunch.
about this shit, and I used to do it
She's
for a
lost
living.
it.
I didn't have it backed up right. I wasn't thinking right. I wasn't thinking about it like money, and I sure wasn't thinking about it like, as something that could be worth $15,000.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like that was the idea, but nobody thought it would happen.
No way.
Because I don't think 20,000 by New Year. I said when it hit 20,000 by New Year's now isn't crazy, and people were like, "Really?" I'm like, "Look at it go!"
Yeah.
like it's just going.
I thought it was like how nerds
It
pay
went
for
from
stuff from each other.
Under 12,000 a day to almost 15,000. So that's not.
That's just nuts, yeah.
But this guy started mining it in 2009, and he stopped mining in 2009 or 10 when his girlfriend got mad because the mining computer was so loud, like the fans that had to be on it because it gets so hot. She's like, turn that off, that millions of dollars you're making. He mined 7,500.
Wow.
And then he put the hard drive in a drawer because it was worth pennies.
Uh-huh.
And 3 years later, he forgot and he threw the hard drive out.
Ugh.
Now, as soon as he threw it out, he realized, it was worth $1,000 at the end of 2013. 7.5 million pounds he had thrown away. This guy in England or Wales. I think the guy lived in Wales. So he went to the dump, and they were like, we keep records. We can tell, like, if you threw it out at this time, it's in this quadrant or whatever of the dump. But he went up there and looked, and he's just like, there's no fucking way. 7.5 million pounds at the time. Plus, it's on a hard drive. It gets compacted
Sure.
before it gets thrown away.
So it's probably gone.
So now it's worth 100 million pounds as of today.
Uh-huh.
And he wants to pay to have the whole landfill, like, exhumed. Like,
No,
ripped
you're
up. Ripped up.
dipshit.
First of all, it's got 4 years of garbage juice and rain. And he's like, I'll pay a company to rip the disc apart bit by bit on the platter and go through and reconstruct this data. But there's still no guarantee.
Right, yeah.
That you'll even fucking find. It's a laptop hard drive, too, which are the tiny ones. Mm-hmm. Not even like a big hard drive.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's the video of him from 2013. There's nothing on the new, but I just read an article about him. This is 2013 when it was 7 million.
All the files that I believed I needed were already on my new computer. The drive was in a drawer on its own after an incident with a previous laptop, and I thought that I'd taken off everything I needed.
Any hesitation, any moments before you chucked it in with the boxes and the bottles to bring down?
As soon as I put it in the bin at home, I had a second thought, in the back of my mind. You've never thrown a hard drive out before. Why start now? You shouldn't do this, sort of thing. A little demon in the back of my head, sort of thing.
Life-changing, life setup.
Oh my
It stayed
God.
in the bin, and then came down to the landfill site here with the other bags that I brought.
You brought the bags down, you threw them in there, didn't think twice before driving off.
Look how
When
big
did
this
the
is.
penny
Look at
drop?
look
It's
how
huge.
big it is.
Thrown away was worth a fortune.
When I started to hear stories of the Silk Road,
will never-
shut
the
down,
team of
and
people it would
obviously
take
other individuals
To
making,
dig through that.
their
That thing
profits
currently
and
buried
their
deeper
millions.
than his ex-girlfriend that made him
the
throw it
penny
away.
dropped, then
Depends on how they do it.
had
Like
to
if they
have
move
murdered
on to a
that
different part over the years
Bitcoins,
before they come
on a
back, or
hard
it depends on
drive
how they
thrown
do it,
out
I
a few
guess.
months ago.
But
Yeah, probably the
they
area.
clearly do it in layers because they're putting dirt over it, and then they
Yeah.
probably put more.
A thing, a hard drive. But to get your money, you would need that hard drive.
Yeah, there's a specific file on that hard drive called a wallet file, which the Bitcoin is stored in. And without that file, there is no way of getting the money back because there is no central.
So this is why you can't do it. Like people aren't good enough; they'll lose their whole life savings, and then they'll just be fucked because there's nobody to. It's not like your Visa card or your Visa number gets hacked. You just call them the next day. It's a pain in the ass. You got to get a new card and whatever. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's not the end of the world. And they roll back any charges you didn't do immediately.
Yeah. But see, I don't
They're
know
never
enough
gonna do-
about
you
this thing.
can't.
So like that aspect of it alone, the fact that it was only on his computer.
It can be.
Then
Yeah,
how could
you can only have it in
one day?
thing.
Just how people are. People are geniuses,
This is
but they're
what I mean.
geniuses for making quick dollars. But how long before
Or
someone
it's
just
on my
decides they know
7-Eleven
how to
burner
make
phone.
one?
Every bit of money I have is on my 7-Eleven burner phone, and
But
the
how long
Bitcoin
before
wallet
somebody can
app.
just
And
create
then my
it?
phone got run over by a car.
Is that what
now?
it-
What do I do?
Yeah. But how long before somebody just figures out how to make it at a rapid pace to the point where it
What do you
makes
mean?
well, just like that guy has a fucking thing with it in it. I
Yeah.
guess it's because I don't understand how it's created. But
Yeah, no,
what
it's
if
not
somebody
in
can
it. The
make
keys to it are in it. Nobody can make it. You can't make it.
no?
I mean, it's created, but it's created on a schedule, and there's one unified like ledger of all the Bitcoin. So it's not that it's on that drive. The keys to access it, to send it, are on that drive.
Oh,
If the Bitcoin's sitting on the blockchain on the cloud, it will never be moved again.
it's just sitting there.
Because to send it, you have to have the private key
Okay.
to create a transaction, sign it with that key, and that's the only thing that unlocks them, allows them to be sent to somebody else. That's a transaction.
Okay.
So you're not gonna get those 7,500 will never move again. They're done. And people say out of the 21 million Bitcoins that'll ever be in existence, I think there's like 16 now. 5 million of those maybe or more
Are just lost.
lost and will never move again. And but there's no way to identify one that's lost and somebody can access, or that somebody just hasn't sent or touched.
Are you no longer ever able to mine it?
No, you can mine it. It's
can
just
mine
super expensive, and you have to have really specialized computers. They cost a ton of money. They get really hot. The electrical costs are insane. I mean, it's clearly profitable at certain times. The thing you can't think, the thing you don't know is how much it will be worth.
Right. If
So
you
people
knew,
can go
it
like,
would
"Well, I'm
double.
spending $500 a month on Bitcoin, and I'm only getting 0.02 Bitcoin, which is like $200 in Bitcoin. So I'm losing money." It's like, well, yeah, but that $200 in Bitcoin might be worth $1,000 in a month.
Okay.
So did you lose money? I mean, it just depends on how you fucking look at it.
Sure. Okay. All right.
So if your idea is to get US dollars, you will lose money mining Bitcoin. If your idea is to get Bitcoin, you can mine small amounts of Bitcoin at home.
Okay.
But you just gotta buy like the shit. This is really nerdy. I used to do a Bitcoin podcast called Coinsider This. I'm thinking about bringing it back next year. I'm thinking about doing the Bitcoin podcast again.
Yeah.
I want to end on. We have something really funny to end on, but before we do, I gotta talk about this. I'm home until mid-January. Then I'm going to Kuwait and Bahrain and Djibouti and Jordan or somewhere to do comedy for the Middle East troops.
Middle Eastern troops or U.S. troops?
U.S. troops and yeah, I'm doing them for ISIS. And
you just left it open.
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
for sure.
I want
wasn't
it to
for
be inclusive. You send you drop invites. I want to see you drop leaflets with a drone.
Invite them.
Yeah.
Invite the brown people.
G had a good time. And I'm also like doing this. We're doing like comedy shows, stand-up comedy shows at night, and we're doing I think a murder mystery comedy show during the day, like
Okay.
this crowd interactive.
Oh, right.
thing
Okay. Yeah.
that these guys have been talking to about this, like bringing this to Vegas. Like they started doing it in DC, and they're like making a killing doing this. And I think it could work. It's something that could work really well here. You just have comedians in it doing the acting, but it's like crowd interactive, and it's just like this. You know, it's kind of like what's that fucking the Beecher's Mad? You know, it's just kind of one of these like weird things I think that could
Everybody's
take off
rowdy.
here.
Yeah.
Just kind of like an interactive, like
A lot of
story thing.
drinking.
But also, when I get back, I fly back February 1st. February 2nd through 5th, we're doing an NLO Super Bowl weekend here.
Okay.
So I'll be dead tired after a 22-hour flight. And then we're going to do Super Bowl weekend here. But I'm going to do a show that weekend, venue TBA. I hope you'll be on that. Like that Saturday night before the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it'll have, I think Ryan Stouts said he'll come in for it. James Heskey from New York might come in for it. And then we have fans coming from all over the place too to hang out.
That's cool.
So, and then we're going to go like watch, where's a good place where do you watch the game here?
I
What
just
do you-
watched at my house. I watched one year at the MGM.
See, I want to go to a
It's
sports book.
Pretty
I think.
dope.
Yeah.
Every casino has a setup. I watched at the MGM. I was at Brad Garrett's, so I got to go sit at his table.
Yeah.
He wasn't there, but like they gave him a table. And dude, the food is amazing. The
Can you
drinks are
like
amazing.
reserve a table if you have
but it's
people,
like,
or like
I think they do them for like anywhere from $60 to $100.
what do you
But
mean?
then you get all you can eat, all you can drink.
$60 to
there's
$100
parties-
to reserve a table
Well, no, like
per
per
person. But is that just like each person has to spend $60?
No, you pay 60 up front, then you go in, you just
Oh, and that
help
doesn't
yourself
count.
to food and alcohol.
Oh, that
Yeah.
includes food and alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be worth it.
No, it's not bad. If you got a bunch of people going, that's kind of a cool way of doing it, and you just figure out the right one to go.
Yeah,
to.
because half the idea is like have a Super Bowl party here, which would be good, but like no, you're in Vegas. We want to be betting. We want to be
yeah, 'cause a lot
around.
of
People
these
are betting.
places,
The
yeah.
energy of the fucking
Oh,
room
yeah.
is like everything
That
that,
was what was
happens.
cool
There's a
about
group
it.
of people going,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
There's the people going, ah.
The year I watched it, I had like the first guy to score a touchdown was Brandon LaFell
Yeah.
from the Patriots, and he was
Yeah.
the first one to score. So yeah, every little thing, people just lose their shit on.
Yeah.
The first score of the game, the first
I can't believe I
turnover.
broke completely even last year on like 6 bets.
Oh, really? I think I
Yeah.
lost money last year. I hit every other year.
I went up to my room because I thought it was over. I was watching the sports book at the Stratosphere because I had a show later that night.
Oh, you mean when the Falcons were up?
Yeah.
You thought it was done.
Well, it was the first 3 quarters of the game were like, all right, well, this
What was it, 28-3 when they turned it around?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Also, I've been doing PM in the AM, my morning show. You can check that out on the Overdose. Join the Overdose. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose is how I pay the rent and keep shit alive around here. Because God knows I can't just go get a job like Matt and then have health insurance and be comfortable about.
Be healthy. I'm so
Yeah,
healthy.
no, that's-
I'm so healthy.
That went out the window years ago. I haven't been to a dentist since 7 years.
Oh my God.
Look how beautiful my teeth are.
You got pretty nice teeth.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Yeah.
Just takes a little time. A little scope.
Little scope.
Okay.
Little brusher
Do a
brush.
little scope. Every once in a while, I fall into some dental floss. It happens. I chew on Bics. We have a new correspondent for the show.
Okay.
She's live on the scene of a crime.
Okay.
We're going to go to her remotely.
Okay.
We'll comment on. We're not able to talk to her. She can't hear us.
Okay.
But we're going to watch her report this crime. Her name's Rhoda Young.
Okay.
You ever heard of her?
No.
Oh, she's very good.
Okay.
This is Rhoda Young, and this is called Rhoda Young on the Scene, live on the scene. Just you'll see.
Turn it out the way. Hey, look, this is Rhoda Young. I'm going live right here on the fire scene right here. The fire truck right behind me. We're going live. We're going live.
She's okay. So what do we have?
I'll do it
We
live.
have Rhoda Young in a car. By the way, if you saw the beginning of the video, she's with a mustachioed, very weird white guy who
Yes.
doesn't look like he knows her or belongs to her. So it must be Uber.
Yeah. Who rides up front in Uber? They're
She's
really
up
scary
front.
people.
She's got hoop earrings. She's screaming, "We're going live! We're going live! We live!" And all we know is there's a fire truck. Let's see how it unfolds.
We on the scene of this bitch.
The house on fire. In
I
the
already
distance.
like it though. Let's see this bitch.
Attention, Wavy News. This is Rhoda Young reporting live. I'm reporting live. I'm a volunteer. Wavy TV 10 is not on the scene, but Rhoda Young is on the scene. Right now, we're off.
So it's like she's sending this into the news. Did you hear what she said? She's like, WTB 10 is not
is
on
not
the
here.
scene, but I am.
This is an audition tape.
I'm a volunteer. Like she's a freelancer.
Yeah, volunteer
Like she saw
firefighter.
Nightcrawler, and now she Ubers around the city. You see that movie where he drives around and like crashes and gets footage to sell to the news?
No.
Oh god, it's a pretty good one.
Oh, I heard it was dope.
Nightcrawler.
Yes.
It's really good.
Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah. I wish I knew how to quit you.
roofing.
That fire is by the so there's a house
That's a good
blazing
fire.
like
Yes.
on top of a 2-story house in the
Yeah.
background. This is insane.
Off of Little Creek Road, Terminal Boulevard, with a house fire. The house fire is in full active duty right now.
Full active duty.
Active duty.
Active duty, like it's military
sorry.
fire.
My bad.
So she starts
My bad.
walking right up on emergency workers,
Oh my
paramedics, and firefighters. Like while they're unfurling hose, she goes like, "What's going on right now?" Like, and they're like, "Ma'am, just watch this."
What's going through your head?
So I got caught. I got caught, y'all. 532 is on fire. Let's get the house sprayed down with some water.
Oh, she's
She's coordinating. Yeah,
coordinating a
she's
scene.
directing. She's like, 532's on fire. Let's get some water on
go
that
ahead and get
roof.
that man.
I don't know what y'all
Get
were
that
doing.
man's right over there with a
She
hose.
sounds like she wants to order them to pour Aunt Jemima on it. Jesus.
Oh,
Look at why would
She's
you tell a
great.
firefighter that? Let's get some water on that roof, sweetie.
because then if he doesn't do it, like he would like fuck this bitch, and he doesn't do it, the house is gonna burn down.
It's
He
like
has to listen to
it's
her.
like when I was a kid, you know, and you would like sit at the airport or make up a dumb game where you would pretend you had powers. Or I'd follow a plane along the runway and I'd be
Yeah.
like, "And now take off now."
Yeah.
and it's just like, yeah, you didn't make that happen. So now when they spray water on the house, it's not like you go, "Yes, I made water." Like you didn't do shit, Rhoda.
Rhoda.
What are you doing?
Rhoda Young.
Have you ever seen it? It just gets insane.
Is that her real name? You think?
Oh, I hope.
Down with some water. 532 is burning. 532 is burning. We got 2 houses now on fire. Wavy News 10, please tune in. That's your house. Which one? That's your house. Oh, God bless you.
Okay, so we have a white
So
guy
she's
on.
become Associated Press. She's telling other news agencies to pick up this feed.
She is on. So she now has a white guy on the ground. She's found out this is the guy's house who's burning. He's sitting there with a beer. And she's up in his face, going like, "Damn, that's your house." Damn. Like first of all, he's watching his house
That's
burn.
And now there's a black person in his neighborhood, probably really upsetting him.
Huh? Oh, it was. My house caught on fire. I need to be here too because your nerves be bad. Then let me ask you this: how did it catch on fire? Was you home? This is Rhoda Young reporting live. This guy right here, it is his house.
Breaking news. Breaking news. He doesn't know how it happened.
It's burning down. He do not know how the house caught a fire. He was coming from the store with a 6-pack of red, blue, and white ribbon beer. So
She's reporting on the type of beer.
He was coming back from the store with PBR. If he made.
PBR.
She's
We got
observant.
electrical wires falling right.
Now she has a
Hey,
filter
no
up.
way.
This is the best thing ever. Now she has a filter up over the video that
Oh
says
my God.
"Thankful."
Yeah. After this guy just said his house is burning down.
It gets better. Because remember, Rhoda's not just here to report; she's here to solve. And we are gonna get a culprit out of this. Believe it or not.
Damn. Everybody stay clear. We got electrical wires coming down. Oh, shit. Fuck. Fuck. Let's get out of here. Oh, fuck.
There's a guy on a stretcher. She goes, "Let's get out of here," and just like you're not-
Rhoda.
Rhoda,
CNN just picked you up. You can't
Rhoda
be swearing.
coordinating.
I almost went down with it. I I need to get this street blocked off. This damn ass, get out of here. I need to get this street blocked off. Call Virginia Power. Shut off the power. Thank you. We have a house on fire.
So there's a paramedic walking by. She's just screaming into her phone, call Virginia Power, shut down the power. And then there's just a paramedic walking by doing his job, and she goes, thank you. Like she ordered that person to do it, and they're going to do it.
Yeah. She reminds me of when the 2 FBI agents showed up on the scene in Die Hard. One of them just took over the whole scene.
One of the most delusional things I've ever seen.
Right now is in active duty. The house is fully engorged.
Active duty fire.
The fire's
right
active duty and it's fully engorged.
In California, there's an active duty fire.
Fully engorged.
It's a cock.
No, it's not engulfed. It's engorged.
Asshole.
They coming out, they running. Oh, they ain't gonna just let it all burn. We got all the firefighters came out the house for some safety reason. They all has evacuated the house. Oh, your hair burned. His hair burned. Oh, his.
She just walks up to the guy
so sad,
and she
this
goes,
poor
"Oh,
guy.
your hair burned." She's pointing at him and like jumping around while he's down. He's sitting there watching his home burn.
Yeah.
And he goes, "My pants are burned too."
Burn. So you was really close to the fire. Yeah. Okay, no, don't get your hair. Don't hit me now.
He's pushing her away like,
And now
"Yeah,
she's
could you
all,
please
yeah,
just
hey,
leave
don't
me
hit me."
alone." Yeah,
He's reporting the
being-
news,
He's
motherfucker.
being unreasonable.
Don't hit me. Okay, I will, baby. But don't hit me. Because I'll fight back. I love you. I love you. Give me something, baby. I love you. High five. Give me, okay, high five. But you burned.
God, what a garbage person.
This is Rhoda Young reporting live.
Such
I
a
just
piece
found
of
out
shit.
what happened with the house fire. The owner of the house was upstairs when the fire started. He was upstairs when the fire started, and the fire started upstairs. Doing my investigation.
Said the same thing like 9 times.
Good, man.
I found out what happened. He was upstairs when the fire started, and the fire started upstairs. And when it started upstairs, he was up there when the fire
With the
started.
fire upstairs.
I have now discovered his motherfucking hair was on fire and his parents is burnt off his damn leg. So he was right there when the fire started. And he got a 6-pack of goddamn PBR. So now I gotta figure out how the hell he started that damn fire. I ain't no damn joke. This is Rhoda Young reporting live for Waving News 10. I'm on the scene. I found out how the fire started. Okay.
There's a fire worker on a walkie-talkie talking. She walks up to him and she goes, "I found out how the fire started."
This motherfucker was upstairs.
It's that motherfucker with that
That
PBR.
motherfucker right there with the fucking beer.
That PBR.
I'm not gonna lie, I already would like to see her do
a news story.
Yeah. I didn't think I would, but now I like it's really funny.
I would watch a channel with her. I'd subscribe.
I think I would. It's like that woman who was cooking who just died, Aunt Me or Miss B or you see, she's like,
Samantha
you put some
B.
salt in this motherfucker right here. And she would have her
No.
nephew film her.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you got to look her up. She's just swearing the whole time. She's like, see, that's the shit right there. Look at this motherfucker right here.
I found out how the fire
That's good.
happened. I found out how it happened. That motherfucker right there drinking that PBR stand for pretty burnt, right?
Let you know what you do want to know.
She said, "We'll let you know when we do want to know." That's what the woman told her.
I did an investigation on the fire. I found out how it started.
I did an invest. She's telling
Dude,
police
you
now. I
paused
did
at
an.
the perfect spot right there too.
Oh, that face.
Look at that face. He's like,
I did an investigation and found out how the fire started.
This motherfucker right here don't want to know how it started.
Calm down a little bit, dog.
Thankful. They said calm down a little bit.
Yeah, please. Oh, this poor
she
bastard.
just said y'all go about doing that and I'll just keep doing this. She said that. Listen,
Oh my god.
Did an investigation while y'all doing this.
I'll finish my investigation.
Once again, that's the owner, drunk as a motherfucker. Done burnt down the whole fucking house. No, the telescope is coming out.
Great.
From Norfolk Naval Station, telescope is coming out.
Telescope is coming out. The ladder.
She's fucking funny, man. Who are they arresting?
The,
Him?
the owner, they're handcuffing
Oh,
him.
my
Now listen
Lord.
to this.
Here's the facts at this point. Let them know they got somebody in custody. Show him in custody.
Okay, we have someone in custody that did start a house fire. That said he was
Allegedly started the house fire.
allegedly started a house fire. They have him in hand.
Now she's got to help her.
Yeah, there's
He's-
a guy showing
he's
her how to do
in
news.
full volume, telling her what to say, and she's repeating it like it's in an earpiece. And he's in a newsroom. Allegedly engorged.
Go around there and show them the handcuffs.
Go around there, show them the handcuffs.
Everybody
That's a
is
producer.
mad at me. I don't know why.
He's mad at me, and I don't know why.
He just looked at me and rolled his eyes. This is Rhoda Young. I saw the case before anybody was on the scene. This is Rhoda Young reporting live from Birmingham Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia. Allegedly, this man has set his house on fire. He has been allegedly placed under arrest.
Allegedly placed under arrest. Okay.
He allegedly admitted to setting his own house on fire. I did saw the crime before the fire marshal got on the scene. Whether or not they want to give me gratitude or tell me thank you, but guess what? I know I did my job. I did the best job I could do. And if the fire marshal can at least say thank you, Rhoda Young, for solving this crime and making our job easier, it would be truly appreciated.
Hey, you know what? Thank you, Rhoda Young.
Come on, give it up for Rhoda Young.
fantastic.
She really is a hero.
Does she have more? Is there more?
Nothing else.
God,
it's so
damn
disappointing,
it, dude.
It looks like it was on Snapchat or something because of the thankful filter.
Mm-hmm.
And someone just put it up here.
Someone found it.
But God, I would pay to subscribe to that.
Yeah, I mean, she should have her own show.
I don't need my friends' Netflix logins. I need their Rhoda Young logins. Matt Markman, thank you for being here. Anything you want to plug? You got it. People can come see you every night at the Cools.
Yeah, I'm there a lot. I'm in Tucson in March at Laughs.
Bragmore.
One of my favorite clubs. I actually recorded my CD there. The crowds are great.
Yeah.
I fill in at Brad's occasionally. Brad Garrett's. I'll probably be doing LA Comedy Club soon here.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
Do you
you
headline
get me
there?
on my Twitter. No, don't have my
Really?
yet. I just got back in with them. I hadn't worked there in a while, but I did. Just did really well last time. So hopefully in the near future. It was like my home club. That's where I started.
Yeah.
Home clubs are always the toughest to get
Yeah.
up to because they always see you as the opener, the feature.
Well, thank you for coming out and podcasting at midnight with me.
Yeah.
It's been
It's Vegas doesn't count.
Vegas. Midnight in Vegas doesn't count?
Not really.
As
It's just
anything?
No, it's just a time. It's not like midnight in like fucking Boise.
I love Boise.
Do you really?
Yeah. Do you work that club?
No.
Liquid Laughs? Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite places. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Crowds are just
You don't
it's
make
like
a lot of
small
good
town.
money.
They're happy you're there. Just like Tucson.
You don't make a lot of good money. You don't make good money, and you don't make a lot of money. And you don't make a lot of good money. You make a small amount of bad money.
But it's fun.
It's like the check's no good. But don't worry, it wasn't for much, so you didn't lose that much. You know what I mean?
Right, you don't feel
it's like where it's almost the check's so low that when it comes in the mail, you almost go like, do I even want to go to the bank? Get a lollipop. Thank you kindly. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I think I'll probably do a PM in the AM tomorrow morning, and then I'll cry myself to sleep gingerly for noon. I like to wake up in the morning early, like I said, go back to sleep around noon, sleep the afternoon away, get bitten by a spider,
brown recluse,
stung by a scorpion.
Yes, all three of them are gonna fuck you up.
Why the brown recluse and the black widow? This is another topic. Thank you for hanging out, everybody, and joining in on a program. We'll see you all this weekend. I think I have. I don't want to advertise that one yet, but Chef, the old co-host from my Tampa days, Chefry, will be here in studio in about a week and a half. So look forward to that. And some more surprises coming up again, February 2nd through 5th. Super Bowl thing. Join the overdose. Lick my asshole. I love you. Bye.